Hey guys, welcome back to RC Legends, and as always, thank you for clicking on today's video. So, very cool car to show you. So, this is an X-Ray two-wheel drive off-road competition buggy. It's the XB2, I believe. Again, this is not my car. So, a massive thank you to Dennis and his brother-in-law Ken. Sorry, his brother Ken, I do apologise. Dennis has kindly got me another two cars so I can show them on this channel. The X-Ray being the first one. And stay tuned for next week's RC Legends video, because that's another high-end, well, it's another competition race buggy, and it's the best one I've ever had off Dennis. And there's a reason for that, but you have to watch next week's video to see. But believe me, it will be worth it. Anyway, this isn't a bad thing either. So I believe that obviously Dennis races, and the indoor season's pretty much over now, so Dennis moves to the outdoor season, in which he uses different cars. Hence why these have got full slicks on. If you're kind of like me, and you see a race car with slicks, a buggy with slicks on like this, you kind of think, oh, the tyres are shot. Right, these are actually slick tyres that they race with on, like, I believe it's like a hard clay surface. And they obviously produce massive grip. Anyway, as I said, thank yous are over. So I don't know a great deal about this car, so we'll bring a camera over and we'll have a good look at it, because from here it looks absolutely awesome, but I've never ever seen an X-Ray buggy, ever. Seen loads of touring cars and had a couple back in the day. But yeah, never seen an X-Ray buggy, and my first impressions are it looks lovely. Anyway, let's bring a camera over. Right then, so let's have a look at this thing. So, my first impressions of how it looks, I think it looks stunning. Really liking the shape of the body shell and the wing. And overall, especially the wings are just standard sort of racing wings, but it's huge. I really like the shape of it and the angle. And for a two-wheel drive and a cab forward kind of shell, that floats my boat. That looks really well. I think the paint job on it, and I know the shell's a bit battered. This is just finished a season. Dennis hasn't even cleaned this thing, so you're seeing it straight after its last race. But for me, and the nice little front wing, it looks the part. Yeah, you're probably saying, why are you concentrating on what it looks like? That's a big part of any RC car for me. I've got to initially like how they look, because that intrigues me more. I'm just seeing things like this. It's got a very strange front suspension mount, shock tower mount, which we'll take. Anyway, in the looks department, I really like that. Let's get the top off. Right then, so one piece metal chassis, well used, as you can see. This guy really gets his money out of his cars, does our Dennis. But yeah, one piece. And then if I whiz this down, see if we can get the camera over and down. There. Get a bit closer. Have a look at this chassis. So again, this is what did I say? This is the XB2, so it's two-wheel drive. So yeah, there's no top deck, as with most of these style of cars. Now, I actually got to say, I don't know what year the XB2 is, so I don't know what age it's got to it. Then it's got this carbon rail that goes around the front. Now, this is what I was talking about earlier. Look at this. It's odd, isn't it? I mean, I've not really seen anything like that on a car before. Oh, it bolts that tower down. It's kind of cool. I like it. So, look at the motor. That's kind of cool. Right dead in the centre and all open, with that like a brace then going over it. So I presume it's got a slipper clutch on the other side. Yeah. So you can see the slipper. Yeah, that's cool. And X-Ray big bars, I presume. They're super smooth. They're ridiculous. They're so nice. I think that's a transponder in the front. And I haven't brought my glasses, so I can't see what make speedo motor. It's the speedo is the X-Run XR10, and the motor is the same. I think it could be a V10, but as they say, don't quote me on that. And then you've got your, I love the layout of it. I love how the motor's kind of, it's not been covered. It's usually they have covers over them and stuff, and then you've got your, for your shorty battery. Very cool indeed. That feels a lovely servo, Dennis. That feels lovely. Yeah, the overall feel of it. So things that stand out to me straight away is how grippy these tyres are. This is only on obviously my desk, which is painted, but even just feeling them, you know you get a ton of grip from them, which is kind of cool. And secondly is the suspension. It is just super smooth. Again, you wouldn't expect anything else, but it's always nice from what I do with, you know, the Tamiyas and whatever, and they're not really set up well and not set up properly, and then you get hold of a race car and you're like, oh, that's how suspension should feel. That yeah, feels incredible. Back end with a little bit of X-ray on it. Is that metal? That feels like plastic. I'll tell you another thing that stands out. Let me just bring the camera back slightly and up so I can get this. So, I'm a big fan of X-ray, but only in the touring cars. As I say, I've never seen an X-ray buggy. This is the first one I've ever clapped at my eyes on in real life. Now, growing up, at the best time of touring car racing, in my opinion, is when, like from 98, 99, and then the early 2000s, that's when just all the touring car technology just absolutely took off. And obviously, X-ray played a massive part of that with the very first one, which I believe is the T1. Absolute game changer. And then they just carried on. But it's funny, through the years, X-ray have changed. So the first X-ray touring car they brought out, the bulkheads, front and back in the centre units, they were all like this beautiful silver alloy, and then X-ray took over and went with the orange alloy, and it really made their cars stand out. You knew with the orange alloy, you know, that's an X-ray or whatever. But now, and it's not so much this car, it's just what I've noticed with the modern day X-ray touring cars, they're all kind of just jet black. They've not bothered, it's still all alloy, but they've not bothered in doing the colour thing, which is a shame for me. I black, all this looks great, but I like to see different bits, especially when it's alloy and it's different colours. But yeah, it's kind of strange why X-ray went away from that. I don't know, maybe someone in the comments can let me know. Is it maybe a cost thing? A bit pointless really when you're racing them to what colour alloy you're using, isn't it? Oh yeah, big fan of this car. So I don't really think I can show you anything else. From the two-wheel drives I've seen before, this is quite a bit different, but that could just be from the time period. It's I don't know what X-Ray's all singing, all dancing latest two-wheel drive car is. But yeah, really like it. Really like it. Steering angle. Big fan of that servo. Keep saying that, but I am. Yeah, I'm a big fan of that. That noise is, because the diff's so free, then it's very easy to turn the brushless motor. So it's not a wrecked diff or anything. Before you say that in the comments, his diff's buggered. Yeah, that's cool. That is very cool indeed. So, not that I want one, I'm just stating that I do not want this car, but I would quite happily have a new built XB2 in my collection because I really like how it looks. Another thing I don't know actually, I'm presuming that this is the standard body and wing that comes with the car. I presume, yeah, but maybe this is an aftermarket one, I don't know. But whatever body shape that is, I'm a big fan of that. That looks awesome. So, quite a thing. I enjoyed having a look at that one. I enjoy looking at them all, but and I think there's quite a few you guys and girls who watch these style of videos, and you get the same kind of interest as I do when I'm looking at them. It's not something I'd have, it's not something I'm into, but I always think it's really nice to just get hold of different RC cars and just have a little good look around them. Gives you a little bit of insight to what other manufacturers are doing. Anyway, yeah, so I hope you enjoyed this video. Again, Dennis and Ken, a massive thank you. Very much appreciated. And don't forget next Sunday's video. It's another Dennis car, and it's the best one I've had off him. And there's a reason for that, but I'm not going to give that away. But it is off the chart. Anyway, I'll shut up. So as always, my friends, thank you so much for watching. It's massively appreciated. If you are new to this channel, maybe you can consider giving this video a thumbs up. Give me a thumbs down if you think I'm a dickhead. Subscribe if you haven't, and turn on all the notifications. That'd be fantastic. And as always, my friends, happy seeing.